Well, after quite a beautiful weekend, I'm happily reporting that those conditions are going to move on with us as we get into this upcoming work week. So as we can see, we're going to have a warm and pretty quiet work week. We're not really tracking much in terms of active weather or any rain showers at all really going into the next week. So we're going to have some pretty boring weather coming up for the next remaining week. And then we could have a possible heat up going into next weekend. But the main weather story that we have for now is some hazier skies you might have noticed this afternoon. Those could continue on into Monday as well into Tuesday morning. Other than that haze, we're really not expecting very much in terms of cloud cover. It's going to be pretty sunny tomorrow if the sun can poke through that haze. Getting up to the noon hour, still not seeing any clouds. Getting our highs right around average into the lower 80s with some of us sticking into the upper 70s. Now by the time the evening hours start to roll around, we'll start to see some patchier clouds, and some of those could contain a very light sprinkle or two. Again, with all of that heating that we get when we have those sunnier conditions, it's not uncommon to see a quick pop-up shower or two, but we're not expecting really much in terms of precipitation. As we get into our upper air patterns here, this is going to be the thing that is really going to be the factor in giving us these very comfortable conditions. As we see for the beginning into the middle portions of our week, that mild condition is really going to stick around, and then as we get towards the end of the week, by Thursday and Friday, we start to see that big ridge of warm and hot air start to slowly creep over into our area and then really making its way overhead as we get into the weekend. Now we aren't expecting too drastic of a warm up, just a couple degrees above average for this time of year. We should be seeing temperatures, or excuse me, high temperatures getting into those low 80s, but we could be getting a chance to see those upper 80s once again here in La Crosse, and then very similar story in Eau Claire, although you can see it's going to peak up pretty quickly and then start to fall down just as quickly. So it won't be for too long. If you do miss that heat a little bit, then you'll get a little taste of it. Otherwise, we won't have to deal with it for too long. Now, in terms of rainfall, there's going to be very little of it. Maybe a chance for a few sprinkles again, like I mentioned, tomorrow afternoon, but it's really going to remain mostly dry again. Similar story on Tuesday, just a chance for a light sprinkle, a pop-up or two, but it's really going to be some sunny conditions. Then we'll start to see some of those clouds start to roll in as we get to the middle portions of the week, with the best chance of rain possibly coming in the late evening hours Thursday going into Friday morning. But again, we're really not seeing a whole lot in terms of accumulation as we get throughout the entire week. We'll be lucky if any of us even see a trace of rainfall. Here's our map for the entire week ahead. Not a lot in terms of rainfall happening, so it's going to be a pretty quiet weather week. Apart from our gorgeous temperatures, we're just going to be able to talk about that this whole time. Overnight lows getting a little bit chillier tonight in those mid 50s, and then tomorrow right around average. Again, mostly sunny, and you might see some of that haze out there, but it will be mainly in the upper levels of the atmosphere above us. So if you are in one of those more sensitive groups in terms of air quality, maybe just spend some extra time indoors, and you won't be missing out on much because you'll have a whole week ahead of you to get outside. If you do have to spend it indoors, you'll have honestly every single day of this upcoming forecast you could spend outside, and it would feel pretty good.